What is up, you guys? TITOBODS here. Today we're just going to check or have a brief preview on the skills of the Season 5 heroes that we have talked about on the last video. If you are waiting for, or maybe you are excited for Vlad since he was announced or mentioned in Season 4, I think you're going to love this video because we have a good preview on what Vlad can do with his skills and whichever pairing we are going to use him for. And also, one of the heroes that was a bit of a surprise for everyone is Robin Hood. We also have other heroes that we are going to check. Don't forget to like this video if this video helps you out. If you are new to the channel and you like or love Age of Empires mobile content or same strategy games as Age of Empires mobile, kindly do subscribe to the channel so that you can help out with our community, and also don't forget to click on that bell so you will always be notified soon as we have a new video for you guys, may it be a news, announcement, or any content that is AOEM related. Let's now start this video. So let's start with the most surprising hero for me, which is Robin Hood. So Robin Hood's commander skill is called Forest Phantom. This one deals my damage to the enemy with the damage rate starting from 95.36% and scales with might bonus, and increases the activation chance of all your heroes' signature secondary strike skills by 2.09% as starting for 9 seconds. During this period, when any of your heroes activate signature secondary strike skills, all your heroes gain another might for up to 3 stacks. Oh, okay. I don't think that it's enough for me to warrant a commander position. And let's go now to his signature skills, called the Merry Companion. This one increases the activation chance of your commander's signature secondary skills. When your commander activates his signature secondary strike skills, recover your troops units, and increases your commander's signature skill damage for 3 seconds. Each time this triggers, there is a 60% chance to recover rage for your troop. Oh, so he's going to have his commander's signature skill damage boosted. And also, is going to give his commander secondary strike skills activation chance like Tribuana, but I don't think that he will have the same amount of activation chance, and at the same time he will have rage for your commander, which is Elsid's going to really benefit from Robin Hood. So the first star increases Merry Companion's recovery rate by additional 15% and rage recovery chance by additional 20%. Okay, this is wild. 20%. That is a huge addition. And also the recovery 15%, so the recovery is 32. I think it's going to be like 100 or something. So that is every time your commander activates their signature skills, you're going to have a heal. I think this is going to be even better than Bushra, in my opinion, just by looking at this. Now let's go to the third star of your Robin Hood. So increases Merry Companion's commander's signature skill damage boost. Okay, this is good. At 3 stars, this is going to be a huge upgrade to the lineup of Elsid. For those of you guys who have Elsid and you are rocking Elsid, props to you. You have another good commander coming your way. And I think this is a long overdue. Now let's go to the 5 stars of Robin Hood. So it says here increases Merry Companion's rage recovery by another 2 points. Your troop deals 20% more damage to slow targets. Increases Merry Companion's rage by 2 is a good point since Elsid is in need of a lot of rage for sure. And then your troop deals 20% more damage to slow targets, which is a good thing because this is an overall troop damage. Since it is a slow target and the commander skill of Elsid is actually always with a slow, after Elsid triggers his commander skill, there will be like a 9 seconds slow, and during that time you can actually give 20% more damage, and that is a huge damage in my opinion. Now let's go on with the customizable skill for your Robin Hood. First off, you're going to have Armor Piercer and Fortification, and every time there's a signature skill activation from the commander, Robin Hood is going to activate his signature skill, heal or recovery rate. And I think it's more like Tribuana in a way, but Tribuana's heal is going to activate every 3 activation of signature skill from your commander. And every time you heal, you will have Peaceful Haven. So Peaceful Haven is actually 3 seconds So after 3 seconds or within the span that you are healing, you can always activate the Peaceful Haven. And if ever, I think Righteous Judgment is also a good option here. In Blood, I think, is going to give you damage. But if you want more heal, you have the Protracted Battle. But if you want more attack or damage, I think Righteous Judgment is the one because it also has like a debuff for your enemy. If you are going to get Robin Hood or you are excited for him, leave a comment down below. Now let's move on to our next hero. So Otto the First, his commander skill is called the Sacred Coronation. Deals smite damage to up to 3 enemy troop in the fan-shaped area in front. When your troop receives fatal damage, they enter the Divine Regions and becoming immune to all damages for 7 seconds. Like, how fatal is the damage? What kind of fatality is that? How many remaining troop or life or health are we talking about here? But we're going to, for sure, unravel everything up in the coming weeks. Now we have his signature here, skill here called Imperial Privilege. So once every 6 seconds, this one deals smite damage to an enemy troop. See, every 3 times this skill activates, reduces the cooldown of your next signature skills by 3 seconds. Wow. Then each time you activate a signature skill, increases damage dealt by all your troops within an area of 1,500 for 3 minutes, up to 6 stacks. Okay, up to 6 stacks, and then for 3 minutes. Are they sure this is 3 minutes? 3M? Then these effects only work in PvP battles when deployed units exceeded 80% of maximum deployable units. I think your Marshall Pikeman lineup is going to be full-fledged on the racks to be a support type of lineup. And I'm not saying it's not a bad thing, because in the battlefield you actually need this. But this is another major thing that I want to say as a good rally skill. If this is going to boost everyone in the area by like Ram does, so it's going to stack for sure. Now let's move on to the 1-star of the skill of Otto. So we have here increases Imperial Privilege damage rate by additional 20%. 20% is decent, especially if it's just level 1 or 1-star. You also have here Imperial Privilege increases damage dealt by your troops within the area by an additional 1%. But 5 stars, each time Imperial Privilege is activated, reduces the damage taken by all your troops within an area of 1,500 by an additional 2%. Wow, 2% this time around, okay. Increasing by 0.5% for each additional enemy troop engaged, up to 3%. Oh, it doesn't really need swarm, I think. If you are in a rally, that is multiple enemies at the same time. So I think this will trigger in a rally for the 3%. And also if you are being swarmed for the 3%. So you need to make this hero or this lineup as tanky as possible, I think. As a support really, this is actually, if I am going to be asked if these guys are really for free to play, I don't think so. I don't think so that they are for free to play, because in my opinion, Ram Kam Heng was in the MGE, and not everyone can actually max him out. Not everyone, unless you are actually maining the troops or the pikeman martial troops. But the thing is, if you are going to do that, you're going to have a support lineup, as in 100% support lineup. But this is not bad. This is actually good, especially in the rallies or in the battlefield. If you have full-blown 5-man troop, this lineup is going to boost a lot of your heroes, like 100%. Now let's move on to the customizable skill, the Holy Roman Empire. Once every 6 seconds, deals smite damage to an enemy troop while reducing damage taken by your troop. This one is for 3 seconds, and then every 3 times the hero triggers their signature turn-based skill, the damage of their next signature turn-based skill increases by 5%. So, in my opinion, the first, let's say the commander skill are a bit lacking on damage, and then this will suffice it by a little bit. But the good thing here is that you're going to have additional defense also with additional damage, and I think it's going to be interesting, the battlefield, because if you guys have a Ramcam user in the game or in your empire, you're going to thank them, or you're going to always be near them because of the buffs. Now if Otto is added in that lineup and then Julius is going to be out, I think that lineup is going to be a pure tanky support in my opinion, especially in rallies. Rallies now are going to be hard to defeat, especially if you're going to swarm rallies, and then they have Otto and Ram Kamheng, especially if they have multiple of these heroes. So overall, I think Otto the first is a great addition to a support Martial Pikes. But if you're rocking like a, let's say, a battle type Martial Pikes, I don't think that you're going to need Otto. Especially if you are a free-to-play hero or a low spender, I don't recommend you guys to get Otto, in my opinion. But before we proceed to our next hero, I want to know if you guys are interested in Otto. And if you are, kindly do leave a comment in the section down below. So, having said that, we're now going to proceed to our next hero. So since we are still with the Pikeman Martial topic, so we have here Qin Shi Huang. His commander's skill is a recovery, so it recovers a certain quantity of units for your troop. Recovery rate starting at 154. This is a huge recovery rate. Strategy bonus and might bonus. Okay, so it's both strategy and might bonuses, alright. And increases the skill damage for 9 seconds. So grants 1 additional rage. Okay, so here, if he is going to be the commander, he's going to boost the troops' main damage a bit decent, but I don't think you're going to use Shi Huang as a commander. Now let's move on to your signature skill called the Emperor of Eons. Every 6 seconds, recovers your units, so another recovery, by 29.80% as start. That's a good one. Then it is also a strategy bonus and might bonus, and reduces your troops damage taken by 2.98%. This one is decent for 3 seconds. At the same time, there is a 10% chance to grant the damage immunity state for 1 second. Here's like a mixed bag of Yodit's skill damage immunity, and then also reduces the troops damage taken for after recovering. I think it's like a skill from Freddy. So he's like a mixed bag of Freddy and Yodit because of the damage immunity state for 1 second. If you are going to be a full-blown support, I think you need Shi Huang in that lineup, like Otto, Ram Kamheng, and Shi Huang. They are going to be a good support lineup for sure. They're going to be as tanky as hell, and then they're going to buff everyone around them within the range of 1,500 meters, I think. But again, I'm not saying this one is for low spenders or free to play, because there are other heroes out there or other lineups that you can actually spend your resources. So let's now go to the stars of Shi Huang. So the first one is increases Emperor of Eons recovery rate by an additional 20%. Oh, that's another huge one. This is a good recovery hero. So we have another one. At 3 stars, your Emperor of Eons increases the damage of your commander's next skill by an additional 25%. If you're going to use, for example, heroes that are actually going to be battle type for this, like Octavian and your Tomiris, if you're forgetting about Tomiris, you can use your Tomiris as a main commander, and she's going to boost the damage of your Octavian and herself and this guy right here. But the heals and everything is going to be a little bit off. Let's say Julius, Octavian, and this guy. Maybe they can work. Then at 5 star, we have increased the chance of the damage immunity state granted by Emperor of Eons by an additional 5%. And increases the damage of your commander's next skill 50%. Wow. Wow. I guess we have a winner in our hands. I think if you're going to, let's say you did get Julius in the first season, and then you get Octavian next, I think your lineup is going to be good. I think he's even better than what Bushra can provide. If you're going to check on his skill, let's see. So the signature skill will heal you every 6 seconds, right? And then Bushra is 9 seconds. And then this one also will give you already a reduction of damage. And then at the same time, you will have damage immunity. I think this one is going to be a solid support in a Julius, Octavian maybe, or Tomiris lineup, if you're going to go to for that route. And with his customizable skills, let's see. So this is his customizable skills. You can see also here we have triple offensive. But the best thing here that is actually, if I am going to use this hero here, is the King's Blade. Because the King's Blade will amplify the damage of your Julius and Octavian, and then at the same time you will get Peaceful Haven because you already have a heal. So every 6 seconds is going to be your heal, so every 6 seconds you are going to trigger the Peaceful Haven. But the only problem with that is you're going to miss like 3 seconds in order for you to trigger Peaceful Haven again. But you can actually, maybe you can use Ram as another damage dealer, but I don't really recommend Ram to be on this lineup if you're going for damage. Maybe Julius and Octavian or Tomiris, then this guy right here. I think that's going to be a good thing. Kingsblade and Peaceful Haven maybe. Or if you really want to be tanky, you can use the Protracted Battle, but it doesn't have any damage on it though. But triple offensive with this guy, then you're going to make him like a support. I don't think triple offensive would be the best choice, in my opinion. That's not the best choice. So Peaceful Haven is 100% the best choice. Second up is if you want sustainability more, Protracted Battle. If you want more damage, Kingsblade. So I think that's about it for him. The skills actually are a bit of a surprise for me, and in my opinion, the first thought I have for this hero is the full-blown support of Otto, Ram, and him. That will also work, but the thing is, you're going to be super low damage and just, you know, full base support. And if you're going to use, or if you didn't have a chance to get Ram before, I guess you can get this guy. I just don't want him to be on the MGE or something hard to get, you know. But if it's going to be easy to get, like the Advent or something, maybe you can get this hero for free-to-play players and also for low spenders who have Julius and Octavian already, and you have Bushra, because I know there are players that are using the martial pikes like that, and you can add this guy there, in my opinion, to boost that baby up. But before we move on to our next hero, make sure that you leave a comment if you like this hero added in your lineup. So we have Zhuge Liang here. His commander skill is Stone Sentinel Mace. Reduce your troops damage by 4.47% at start, and then enters that state, during which might skills damage equals to 0.10% of deployed units is directly reduced up to 80% damage reduction. Okay. Reduce your troops damage taken. Alright, so I don't think you're going to want to use him as your commander. Maybe for a support, you can, but I don't think he's going to suffice that role. But anyway, let's move on to his signature skill. Then Zigglang transfers 2.98% of his base attributes using the highest base attributes of your commander. So if you are using Ram and your skills, or your he has, of course, strategy. So Zhuge Liang is going to transfer a certain percentage of his strategy to Ram, furthering his damage. And it's like a 1.1 times ratio. It's actually a good addition if you're going to ask me. But let's see further. For the first 12 seconds after entering battle, reduces the damage taken by your troops. Okay, this is also a good one with the damage reduction, but the thing is just 12 seconds. And then, oh, it also says, sorry. And then afterwards, it reduces to half that. Okay, so you're going to be tanky as hell for the first 12 seconds, and still you're going to be tanky after that for another for the rest of the fight. This one is interesting, but the thing that I like the most here is the transfer of attributes. So if you're going to boost this guy with a huge amount of strategy, you can actually give your Ramesses a huge amount of strategy also, right? But let's see what he has for us, or if he's going to top Theodora in that lineup. Let's go to the 1-star of Zhuge Liang. Okay, so increases the attributes transfer ratio of Miracle of Qimen by 5% for the first 12 seconds after entering battle. Reduces the damage taken by your troops by an additional 5%. Again, then reduces to 2.5%. Wow, this one is interesting. Like, honestly, it's huge for just a 1-star character or 1-star hero. Honestly, if you're going to ask me, this one is a huge addition. I think we have a replacement for Theodora. I'm not yet sure 100%, but it's going that way. So we have here now the 3rd star and the 5th star of Mr. Zhuge Liang. While the Qimen state is active, increases the damage of your commander's signature active skill by an additional 15%. And this one is a strategy bonus. Oh, that is good. 15% additional damage is huge, bro. Then at the 5 stars, increases the duration of the Qimen state from Miracle Qimen by 1 second and boosts its direct damage reduction effect. Boost its damage or direct damage reduction effect by an additional 0.05%. 3 stars I think is good, but 5 star is something else. I remember the heroes in season 1, like let's say Justinian, with the additional 1 second of damage reduction. So I think it qualifies as something like that with Justinian. I think that's about that. So now let's check out his custom skills. Now what we have for his custom skills are this. So borrowing the East Wind, so we have Conflagration, War Tactics, and Fistful Haven. Let's check out this borrowing of the East Wind first. So we have here 3 seconds after entering battle, increases the damage of your commander's signature active skill. What? Additional damage? And activation chance. Activation chance also. My god, this is 100% good for my Rameses. I want one, I want one. And I hope he can be both swords and archers also. I just hope he could be both. Then it says here additional 10% activation chance by 10% for 9 seconds, which is huge. Afterwards, reduce the damage bonus to 15% and the activation chance to 5%. But at least there is something like that. But the only thing about this guy here is he doesn't have any heal. He can have heal with the War Tactics though. But if you're going to go for full-blown damage, you can actually use him. I'm actually torn now between him and the other two heroes. But anyway, we're going to find out soon if this is going to work. What do you guys feel about Zhuge Liang? Do you guys think that he will be a good hero? Because for me, yes, he will be a good addition to the commanders, but for the lineup of Rameses. But I think I'm going to choose if it's going to be Charlemagne that I want to remove or Theodora. Anyway, what about you? What is your opinion about Zhuge Liang after seeing his skills? And after this, we're going to move on to the next hero that we've been waiting for, which is Vlad III. So we are now on our last hero, which is Vlad III. So his skill is called the Forest of Puncture. So this one deals might damage up to 2 enemy troops in the fan-shaped area in front, then with the damage starting at 140%. And for the next 6 seconds, reduces your troops' damage taken by 2.98% and grants a 40% chance to increase your might damage to 1.06 as a starting rate, its normal value. Oh, okay. So it's like a multiplier. That is something. Then this one also grants 100 initial rage upon entering the battle. Based on this, I think he has a potential to be a commander. Like, just based on this. I don't think it's huge though, because it says here, for the next 6 seconds, reduces your troops' damage taken. So it's a good thing, but the thing is, it's every 250 rage activation. But I think this is a good one, but I don't think he can match the commander skill of our Cyrus. But this one is really interesting. Like, I mean, this is the first time that I saw this kind of skill. But anyway, we have our next one, because he is Vlad the Impaler. So here, when your hero with the highest might deals damage, the hero has a 50% chance also to deal might damage to an enemy troop, like an additional damage, with the might bonus triggers once at most every 3 seconds. When the hero himself deals the damage, when Vlad deals the damage, there's a 25% chance to ignore 4.47% of the target's defense. Okay. So if the hero with the highest damage, let's say Cyrus, has the highest damage, there is going to be a 50% chance to deal an additional damage, right? It doesn't say any kind of damage here, but it says every time that Cyrus deals damage. So if Cyrus deals damage, or if anyone deals damage, they will activate this skill. So it's going to happen every 3 seconds. So if you're continuously dealing passive damage, you're going to continuously activate this one every 3 seconds, am I right? So I guess if Vlad is your hero with the highest damage, you're going to have an additional bonus. But if your Vlad is not the highest might damage hero, I think you won't have this. If you have any reaction about this, kindly leave them down in the comment section. Now let's move on with the 1-star of Vlad. So we have here, increases the dragon's vigor damage rate by 20%. The 3rd star here, increases the trigger chance of dragon's vigor defense ignore effect by 5%. For the first 18 seconds after entering the battle, your troop will take 10% less damage. I think if only Vlad is the one that's doing the damage, and he has the highest might, I think that's the only time you're going to get this 5%. But the thing here is that for 18 seconds after entering the battle, you'll take 10% less damage, so you will be more tanky. It's like a free tranquil ring. at its early stage at 10%. For the 5-star or the 5th star, additionally increases Dragon's Vigor, might damage trigger chance. Oh! So it's not just going to be it's not going to be 50%, but rather 60%. And defense ignore rate by an additional 5%. Imagine if Vlad is your commander, then Vlad is doing the damage. Imagine if that's going to happen. You're going to have a huge amount of ignore damage skills. I think he's a candidate really for as a commander. That's what I think. That's what I really think. Like, honestly, that's what I think. But we're going to watch out. Vlad is really something else. Like, he doesn't disappoint really. Now we're going to move on to his customizable skills. So we have here the Battle Roar, which you can also see from Yodit. We have Whirlwind Sweep. We have Forceful Retaliation, which is good. We have Deadly Dragon Thorn. Now, the Battle Roar, in my opinion, is good if you're going to be the main commander. But I don't. Then we have the Deadly Dragon Thorn here. So this one, when hit by a normal attack, there is a 25% chance to counterattack. So it's another counterattack, okay? Dealing might damage to the attacker. I think it's the same rate as the Forceful Retaliation here with the might bonus. Triggers 1 per second at most. Every 4 times this skill triggers, the next activation of these skills ignores 40% of the enemy's defense. What? And increases damage dealt by your hero with the highest might. Oh my god. This is like damage versus healers. And like if you're going to use Vlad in the lineup, this one is even better than Boudica. Like, I mean, Boudica is good, but if you're going to use both, I don't think that's going to work because you're going to be so squishy. But this one is really good. Like 40% of the enemy's defense. My god, really? Like, I don't know, guys, but I think this one is an OP for me. But yeah, Vlad is really something else. After seeing these skills of Vlad, what do you guys think is the possibilities that we have in this hero, with this hero? And not to mention that it was also already announced that he is also going to be good for the lineup of Lubu. So he is going to be both Warrior Pikeman and Warrior Cavs. So this one is interesting. Imagine if Lubu's lineup has a 40% ignorance of damage for your troop. I think this one is even better than Attila. But, you know, I'm not 100% sure of that. It's just because of the 40% damage. But I think Attila is still good. Like, I mean, Attila is actually good. But this one with the... I think this one is just a game changer. You're going to have to choose where to put this guy. Like, there's like a ton of possibility to use Vlad. Like, I'm really excited to check this out. And if there's going to be a Pioneer server, for sure I'm going to apply. And hopefully I can be there again to test this one out. But anyway, guys, having said that and having this breakdown, or this skills breakdown for the Season 5 heroes, what do you guys think are the possibilities of Vlad, of Robin Hood, of the other heroes that are available in Season 5? Or do you have your own recommendations on which heroes get which lineup? Whatever your opinion, your recommendation, or reactions are, I want to know all of them in the comment section down below. So that's about it with the skills preview for the Season 5 heroes, and I'm really happy you guys joined me today. As always, if you like this video and it helps you in a way, kindly give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. If you are new to the channel and you are interested in our content and you want to support the channel, kindly do subscribe, and don't forget to click on the notification bell so you will always be updated of the news, the announcements, or whatever video we are going to upload, or if we're going on live. And as always, have a great day to everyone. This is your TITOBODS, and I will see you in the next one.